So this is the third part of Jeff taking us on a tour in Osaka, Japan. On this video, I had some complications. As you can see, there's a big stick with a Rilo on the front. We were supposed to have a 360 camera angle, but because of the Mac OS update, fresh skid right there, by the way. I can't work with the 360 footage right now, unfortunately. So I thought I would just talk over this one and put out those other ones. So we're riding back from Osaka Castle here, and I haven't watched this footage with you guys in a minute. I haven't watched this footage at all, so I'm watching it fresh with you guys. I do know that I shot this at 60 frames a second, which is something I normally don't do because I had plans to make it slow motion later. So if it looks weird, that's why. So basically the whole way down from Osaka Castle, it's like a slight downhill all the way down. So thought it would be fun to film and see what kind of funny things we can get into here. Jeff is riding it's a modified low, it's the TCB low cross, the team cross frame. Yes, hello, waved at that dude right there. He's got an eccentric bottom bracket on it, so he can make it fixed, and that's what he raced at Charcoal Cross Worlds. It's a nice looking bike. He does have his brakes on there, because I don't know why he has his brakes on there now, but I think just to chill or so he doesn't get harassed with by the police in Japan. As you can see, there's a bunch of tourists checking out Osaka Castle. It was really beautiful over there. Alright, this is like the sidewalk up here. It's like surrounded by gardens. And it was like maybe like 10 or 15 miles away from where we were staying.
You're so cool.
Maybe shorter, but I was following Jeff and he was using like Google navigation, like the walking path, so it was really slow. He had to, I don't know if you noticed it in the first video, he kept pulling out his phone because he was like, where are we? A little cut in here. So yeah, riding your bike in other countries is cool, especially when, like Japan for instance, everyone drives on the left. So when you're used to everything happening on the right, like you have a tendency to look to the right and just kind of go, and then when things come from the left or from the left, vice versa, you get a little confused. Especially when making rights, normally they're easy in the US, but making a right in Japan, in London, everywhere else where they drive on the left, it's so much harder to do, and it's confusing because you always think it's easy, so that always throws you off. Yeah, riding around in most of the places in Japan were cool. There was only one place that I really didn't like riding my bike too much, and that was Kyoto. Mainly just downtown Kyoto. There's all these rules against bikes, but I'll talk about that in another video. I just like the way a lot of the major cities, the way that it's painted on the ground. Some of you mentioned it in the Hotline Sada video that I did a while back. I'll link that here in the video for you if you want to check it out. The markings on the road just make it feel like a video game, which is pretty sweet. At times there's like thick white lines, and it just really amplifies the speed. Speaking of speed, you can see that we're really not going that fast. Like I said, Jeff's on his Trackle Cross bike, so it's geared to ride on the dirt, so it's a lot spinnier of a gear ratio. Also, you tend to ride the saddle a tiny bit lower for that situation, so it's more like cruising on the streets. It's not the most efficient bike to pedal around. And he rode this thing all the way down from Yamanashi, from that hill bomb video that I dropped a while back, which is pretty insane. I think I wouldn't have done it. Happy to have had my single speed for that stuff. All these little trucks in Japan. There's a familiar car, a Prius, but I like seeing the industrial trucks. Like that blue truck up there is like a little garbage truck. Everything is shorter and smaller. It's cool. It has a really cool look. Everything has a really cool look to it.
Family Mart, beverages.
I don't know if you can hear it in the video, but we went to this temple and got these little bicycle safety charms, and you can see it hang from the back of Jeff's bike. It's a little red thing dangling, and I didn't think of it when I filmed these videos, but later on I was like, man, why did we do that? Like I can hear it in most of the videos, and it's super annoying. Kind of ruined the video a little bit for me. I also had a couple complications with audio while I was there. I had the gain set too low on a lot of the audio when I was in Japan. Audio is something that I tend to overlook a lot. I usually set it and then I try not to change the settings until, something like this happens where it gets all messed up. After I came back from Japan, I checked my footage, or checked the audio, and I was like, oh man, it's all messed up. So before I went and filmed again, I, upped the gain. So I do apologize for some of the audio quality issues I've had on these Japan videos. The background audio on this is actually just the GoPro. I didn't record audio for this one with the lav mic because we were shooting again in 60 frames a second, because I planned on just pulling like little bits of this and using slow motion bits for Jeff's video, but just to like throw some slow-mo in there. But I ended up not wanting to do that, and here I am talking over it. I feel like I'm repeating myself now. It's cool to see like so many people. Oh, one-way road. You see how that guy in front of us popped on the sidewalk? Like, it's cool to see so many people ride bikes, and in Japan, like most places, bikes don't ride on the roads very much. They ride on the sidewalk like that guy in front of us. Because they're mostly riding they're like little cruiser bikes. Some of them have, they're like e-cruiser bikes. Oh, there's someone on the road there. But for the most part, like, you can see there's like a bright yellow line in the sidewalk. So like you're supposed to stay to the left. But it gets confusing because sometimes people don't follow the rules exactly. Even when you're walking your bike, or walking on the sidewalk, it's kind of annoying. When bikes come, you don't know. Like, I always move over and then they go where I'm at, and I'm like, where am I supposed to be here? So, we just stick to the roads anyways. It's much easier that way. I like these little narrow one-way roads. It's cool. Look at that little Coca-Cola truck. Little Coca-Cola truck, a little mini. Jeff's looking to pass. It's not going to happen. Little parking garage to the left and right. Oh, I'm going to pass. See, I don't remember doing this. It was so long ago. Okay, I guess I got tired of Jeff not passing, so I made a move. It looks like we're coming up on the big, I forget the name of it, but there's a big outdoor mall in Osaka where you can get food and shop and just get. It's kind of cool because it has like a tall archway. It's right here. to the left and right there. I forget the name of them all. There's one in Kyoto as well. I'm sure there's one in Tokyo and other cities, but they have a matcha ice cream, soft serve. It's so good. They even have vegan options. Some of the people I was traveling with don't eat meat or dairy or anything like that, so we found a few of the soft serves to do. It was like soy, and it was actually really good. I'm not a big soy person, and I normally don't drink milk, but I do like cheese and ice cream. I try not to put it in my body too much. Here we are on the main road, which I'm sure you're not supposed to be on. Can't remember if a car honked at us or not. But oh, that taxi's not happy with us. That's probably the closest a car ever came to us while filming. Making a little lane change here. Nice. Yeah, I wish it was like denser traffic like this. This would be cool the whole time, but it's pretty open for the most part. Back on the sidewalk. Again, I don't know where we're going. I'm just following Jeff, and he's just getting walking directions, and sometimes because of the Wi-Fi and the cell signals, sometimes it's like a couple seconds behind and we passed the turn where we were supposed to turn, so I'm sure we turned and went the wrong way multiple times. In fact, I think we pull over here because he like stops. He's like, what?
Huh?
Like, which way do we go? It's like, I don't know. So he's pulling out his phone. Anyways,
we crisscrossed this area so much yesterday.
Yeah, I thought I'd give you a little insight over this footage, since it didn't end up being footage that I used that I shot with the intention of using it, so didn't want it to go to waste. So I thought I'd just chat to you guys on this. I guess it'll be Saturday afternoon when you guys watch this. So appreciate all the feedback on the new uploads, and hopefully we can keep it going for the whole month of January. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Peace.